Hi y'all, it's Annelies, and I've recently hit a pretty big milestone with my YouTube channel. I am monetized. Again, aka I can start making money off of my YouTube channel and running ads on my videos, hence the ad you probably saw before this video. I was monetized pre-adpocalypse, but since then things have changed greatly, and it's much harder to become a part of the YouTube Partner Program. So in this video, I wanted to break down my journey to monetization, the current rules, how I became monetized, my journey from application to approval, and some tips at the end for any fellow content creators who are looking to hopefully get monetized in the future. Timestamps for sections are going to be on screen as well as in the description, so jump around if you'd like. Now, if you're not a content creator, consider this video a behind-the-scenes scoop on the life of a YouTuber, pulling back the curtain to show you what you don't always see on camera. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into how I got monetized on YouTube. The honest truth. Right off the bat, let's go ahead and break down what is actually required to be able to apply for the YouTube Partner Program, aka monetization. And yes, you heard me right, apply. Because even though you might meet those requirements, there is still an application involved. YouTube needs to actually review your channel before you get accepted. This is a pretty short list, but they're mostly big tasks. You have the givens like following all the YouTube Partner Program policies, aka the rules, and living in a country or region where the YouTube Partner Program is available. But then you have the two biggest tasks, the ones that most people struggle with, and those are having at least 1,000 subscribers, and, in my opinion, the hardest one, reaching at least 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. Additionally, you need to have a linked AdSense account. Now, what do those two big points mean? One is pretty self-explanatory. Have at least 1,000 subscribers. Ta-da! But the second one, the 4,000 watch hours one, that one's a little bit tricky. A big metric for YouTube is watch time. So not the amount of views a video gets, but the amount of time a view or viewer is spending watching each video. Now, although some websites claim they know how long it takes for a view to be actually counted as a view, the general consensus is like 30 seconds. YouTube doesn't actually say. They claim it varies per video. Now think about the last video you watched. Did you watch it from the first second to the very last? I wouldn't be surprised if your answer is no, because I know for myself, the answer is no. It is so much easier to get somebody to watch the first 30 seconds of a video than it is to get them to stay tuned for the entire video, or even half of it, honestly. Now, YouTube wants to monetize videos that are not only captivating and good content, but more importantly, videos that are keeping people on their website, which in turn makes them more money. I personally think watch time is incorporated in the YouTube Partner Program requirements, so that way people can't buy views or have bots or like cheat the system in any way. The old requirements used to be that your channel had to have 10,000 lifetime channel views. That's it. That's nothing. That's so easy to get or to cheat and get. So that's why I think they switched to watch time, but hey, that's just a theory.
A YouTube theory. Thanks for watching.
So that's a breakdown of the requirements for monetization. But now I wanted to talk about my journey meeting those requirements. Just for some like baseline context, as of recording this video, I have 2.1 thousand subscribers. Yay, thanks to everybody for subscribing. I hit my 1,000 subscriber mark on April 18th, 2016. I'd also like to add that I'm not a new channel. I made my channel in 2011 and I've been like consistently uploading for about the past 6 years. Now, like I said, I think the hardest requirement for a creator to make for these monetization requirements is the 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. I say that because that was the hardest for me. My journey towards these requirements started when the requirements were put into place. In January of 2018, my watch time for the last 365 days was 1.6 thousand hours. The same time the next year, so from January of 2018 to January of 2019, I had 3.2 thousand watch hours. Then the next year, my watch time dropped to 2.8 thousand hours from 2019 to 2020. Now, to be honest, I checked my watch time nearly every day. This was something that I was really keeping my eye on. And I forgot sometimes, but I just remember sometime in fall of 2019, I looked at my watch hours and they were consistently dropping and fast. And I really couldn't put my finger on what was causing it. Now, YouTube Studio is super cool and it gives you a lot of detailed information about the whole entirety of your channel. Because of this video, I actually went back and looked month by month, looking at watch hours, looking at my videos to try to figure out what the hell happened. And I'm glad to say I cracked the code. I figured it out. I stopped uploading. Okay, sort of. I technically uploaded videos, but between August 2019 to December 2019, I uploaded 9 videos. Now, it's July of 2020 as of filming this, and I have currently uploaded 24 videos. So far this year, I've uploaded twice as many videos as I did in the last half of last year, which is also when my watch hours started rapidly declining. Now, that time of the year was also really hard for me. I was really busy. I had a lot going on. I graduated college, and then I promptly moved from Southern California to Orlando, Florida, where then I worked for Disney for the last 4 months of the year, where I worked about 50 to 60 hours a week. So I wasn't uploading videos and I wasn't making videos simply because I just did not have the time. Even when I look back to when I was on track to meeting that 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days requirement, I was uploading nearly every week. When my watch hours dropped last fall, I was lucky if I uploaded once a month. So it all really boiled down to consistency. At the beginning of this year, I really buckled down and I started planning out my channel. I did all the clerical work and the behind the scenes stuff that I'd always wanted to do, but I kind of felt silly doing because I was such a small channel. Things like scheduling out my videos or doing an itemized list of all the shots I needed for every single video. I'd done that before, but never to the extent that I started to do it this year. But soon as I leaned into that thing that I really wanted to do, to work on my YouTube channel, the behind the scenes stuff besides just filming and editing videos, I started to see improvement in my channel. I bought these 2 bullet journals, one for just breaking down video ideas and brainstorming, and this one just for like everything else. I committed to videos that I had wanted to do that I had previously felt discouraged to do, or committed to putting the production value, like the production, into these videos, and I noticed a significant change, not only in just myself gaining watch hours, but also the improvement of my videos. I would say the 2 biggest things for me is, 1, I finally had the time again to treat YouTube like a job, and no, not like the I hate it here part of the job, but more of like, I'm taking this seriously, and seriously in the aspect of like, I take my channel like seriously, but I don't take myself seriously. I make silly, dumb, fun videos for myself, for people to smile and laugh at or to help them. I don't take myself seriously like at all, but just kind of like making it a priority. And then to go with that, the second thing is I started honoring myself in how I felt with my YouTube channel. Honoring yourself and validating your own feelings and respecting your own opinions and feelings is a topic for a whole other video. But when I started doing that, when it came to my YouTube channel, realizing that it didn't have to be something that everybody else understood why I took this so seriously or why I put so much time into this thing, but as long as I respected saying, if I'm going to take the time that today is a filming day, or today is a brainstorming day, or this chunk of time is editing time, I wasn't gonna let that waver like I had in the past. In the recent years, more stood my ground in like what my YouTube channel means to me, but this year I did that to the most extent that I've ever done before. Now, YouTube is something that I am passionate about. It makes me happy. All aspects of this whole thing make me happy. And if sitting down and brainstorming videos or planning out videos for the next 15 weeks or filming or editing or learning new ways to improve as a content creator makes me happy, then like, why not put my all into that? It was definitely really liberating once I realized that it's okay if people don't understand this. From there, with like my commitment to my confidence and my passion, if you will, I started noticing that my channel began to flourish. I was uploading every week, damn near. I was really happy and proud of, still am, of the videos that I've been uploading, and my watch hours started to grow. My channel saw new life, and then came the evening of July 10th. My 25th birthday. Now, I knew I was close to making the 4,000 watch hour mark. Remember, I was checking like every day, and I thought as a way to close out my birthday, I would check before I went to bed. I went to the YouTube studio, as I always did, and the page looked a lot different. Instead of that little meter page telling you how close you are to meeting those requirements, it told me that I had met those requirements and that my application was currently being reviewed. Yeah. If you didn't know, YouTube automatically submits your application for the YouTube Partner Program, which is just fantastic. Because of the pandemic, YouTube says that the applications can take longer to be reviewed because like the lowered amount of staff and such. I've heard from smaller content creators that I follow, as well as some other people around this time, that their applications took anywhere from 2 weeks to about a month. With all that being said, I was definitely ready to wait. Now, if you're like following along with this timeline a little bit and considering when this video is being uploaded, you would know that my application got reviewed and approved super fast. To be specific on the super fastness, I applied on the 10th and my application got approved at 3:05 a.m. on July 13th. So like barely 3 days. I don't know specifically when the application was submitted, but considering the day and when I had last checked, I'm assuming it's around from like 8 p.m. on the 10th to midnight on the 10th. So I applied, YouTube did that work for me, and then like 3 days later, I was accepted. So you might be asking, Annelies, what did you do to make this process go so fast? The answer is I have no clue. I did nothing. I just kind of waited. I've seen those videos where people say to send feedback to YouTube or to tweet them, which don't do that. That definitely like does not work. But I did jack squat. So yeah. However, here's a short list of things that I think might have helped the process go a little bit more smoothly. I was previously monetized, so I already have an AdSense account linked to my YouTube/Google account. I don't have any copyright strikes on my videos. I don't make content for kids. The content I make, although it can be seen as kind of like all over the place, falls into 3 general categories, which is lifestyle, tech, and vlogs, which is like the goal of my channel. But if somebody were to review it, which is what happens with this application, they would see that it was all kind of like cohesive in some odd way. And lastly, I don't make what could be considered edgy, adult, or inappropriate content. So here's the timeline on my journey from being accepted to being approved. January 2018, requirements change. I already had 1,000 subscribers. July 10th, sometime 2020, I met my requirements for the watch hours. July 13th, 3:05 a.m. 2020, I got accepted. Boom. That's it. It's just that easy. No, it's not. It's been years in the making. Now, as for sharing my experience with the YouTube Partner Program goes, I feel like I've laid that out pretty clearly in this video. I think my perspective is pretty unique on this situation because I am not a new channel. Catherine Manning, who makes content surrounding like YouTube advice and tips, made her I'm Monetized video about a year into having her YouTube channel. I, on the other hand, have been on this platform for like 3 times as long as her, and here I am. Not saying that's good or bad, but I think we both have very different perspectives. Now, although it took me longer than most people to get monetized, and I'm in a different position than a lot of folks who are on YouTube, I still feel like I might have some potentially valuable insight to share. So here's my advice on getting monetized. Be consistent. Now, if you watched any video about YouTube advice or tips or suggestions on growing your channel, you've probably heard the phrase, consistency is key. And I'm so sorry to sound like a broken record singing that same tune, but I say it because it's true. I have specific data points and information that I can look back on my channel to prove that when I was consistent on YouTube uploading, now not necessarily the same day, every week, the same time, but more so like maintaining my presence on YouTube, I saw improvements in my channel. Whether it be in the watch hours or in the quality of my content, I saw overall improvements with my YouTube channel when I was consistent. Now, not only is the algorithm potentially liking me more because they can rely on me for content, but also when I was consistent, I was consistently working on my content. I was uploading, I was reading comments, listening to what my subscribers and my viewers were saying, watching my own videos, and then wanting to make the next one even better. I was consistently uploading, and I was consistently working on myself as a creator and on my videos. The next tip that I have is to focus on your content more than the numbers. Now, of course, you're going to watch those numbers. I check my subscribers and my comments and the views and the likes and the watch hours like nearly every day, but that's just kind of part of that clerical piece of your channel. However, when it comes to growing those numbers and growing your channel, the thing you need to focus most on is what you're putting out and what your channel represents. Don't base your success off of those numbers. I don't have a silver play button or a gold play button. I don't make thousands of dollars a month off my YouTube channel, but I know I make good content. I know that people enjoy my videos. I know I have room to improve upon. When I receive comments saying that I've helped people or I've made people smile, that is how I measure my success. Once you start working on the content, everything else will come. Taking criticism and also criticizing yourself and your videos will help you make better videos, and then in turn the watch hours will come and the viewers will turn into subscribers. And also keep in mind that once you get those 4,000 watch hours, you have to maintain it. The requirement is not 4,000 watch hours, it's 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. If you go below the 4,000, you get removed from the partner program. The way that you keep and maintain those viewers and those watch hours and those subscribers is making sure you're putting out good quality content. And my last piece of advice for getting monetized on YouTube, and I honestly think this is probably one of the most important things, is watch your own videos. And I'm not just talking about watching them when you're editing them and then you kind of watch the whole thing until you upload it. Watch the whole thing before you upload it. No pauses, watch it. Can you watch it? Does something bother you, like audio or visuals? Are you bored? Are you missing information? If you can't watch your own video, how do you expect anybody else to do it? Now, I know that you might hate the sound of your own voice or like get tired of looking at yourself, or oh, your hair was a little weird in that shot, or whatever it might be. But I'm a firm believer in the fact that you need to enjoy your own videos. If you don't, I just don't understand how you expect anybody else to do it. So those are all the tips that I have. To sum it up, be consistent, focus on your content and who you're making it for, and just try to be the best that you can be. That sounded very like inspirational speech thing, but like that, all you can do is try. Not to get all Tony Robbins on you, but be the best that you can be. I hate that. But you get what I mean. If you're uploading videos consistently to a small but loyal community and listening to feedback along with taking your own criticism into account, you would be surprised to see what happens with your channel. Now, with all my tips being said, I'm definitely not like a YouTube advice channel. I like making videos that are helpful, informative, giving some sort of advice. But if you're looking for channels that are really dedicated to growing your channel, advice on YouTube, the behind the scenes stuff as well, I really recommend checking out Catherine Manning, Pieces of Onye, Vanessa Lau, and Aaron on Demand. They're all vastly different, they have different perspectives, and they all have really great advice to share. All these ladies do a lot of research, they have a lot of experience, they've been coaches, they're entrepreneurs, they're business owners, and if you're looking for any sort of expertise on like social media or YouTube in general, I really recommend checking out their channels. So all their links will be in the description. Make sure you go check them out, subscribe, and I bet you're going to find something you like on all of their channels, if you like this type of video. Well, party people, I have shared all the information that I have for you about monetization and my journey becoming a part of the YouTube Partner Program, and I hope that you found some potentially helpful and insightful information in this video. If you make videos, hopefully you learned something, and if you don't, hopefully you enjoyed this behind the scenes insight on what it is like being a content creator. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. If you loved this video, subscribe to my channel, or if you just like me, and don't forget to check the description for any links that I've mentioned throughout this video, as well as all my social media. I've also got a Patreon and a podcast, so feel free to check that out. Otherwise, that is it for me. Stay beautiful, have a marvelous day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!